Every consumer first or D2C brand, the kind that sells skincare, coffee, or protein bars straight to you, assume their website was their business, their store, their growth engine. But in India, it's none of that. It's just a lab where you don't scale, you just test what might. So, if the website is just a lab, then what did the D2C ecosystem build? It didn't build. It bet nearly 40,000 crores, over $5 billion dollars on one big assumption that their websites would scale. But today, most brands can't even cross 150 crores in website revenue. In a country where consumption runs into billions of dollars, that's nothing. So what went wrong? Was it the product, the trust, the repeat, or have we still not understood how India really buys? The real failure wasn't an execution, it was an expectation. The ecosystem believed trust, loyalty, and word of mouth could be engineered through screens, discount, and recommendation. But even after 40,000 crores in funding, online still accounts for less than 10% of India's consumption. The rest still happens offline, powered by relationships, credit, and conversation. So, if you want to build a scalable D2C website, it's a great story, but the wrong country. Because in India, scale doesn't come from clicks, it comes from distribution depth. And if you want to build a scalable, profitable, consumer first brand, don't ask what to build. Ask this instead. Why don't brands scale online? How can it scale if not through screens? And what does it take to actually build scale and profit? Because this isn't a story of a bad founder. It's a story about a broken map handed to all of them. So welcome to No Noise. If you're here to understand what really matters, not hype, not jargon, but real business problems that India faces and the solutions that might actually work, then do hit subscribe because most of you watching haven't. Now let's dive deep into why D2C brands struggle to scale online and what it actually takes to scale for real. Everyone in D2C builds a website, but ask them where does the money come from and is rarely the site. Because in India, the website isn't where the scale begins, it's where it ends. So why are companies struggling to scale in India? Because we assume India was one big market. But it's not. It's 28 cultural economies held together by a single flag. What works in Mumbai might fail in Patna. What clicks in Bangalore might tank in Bihar. Because building for India is like building for a new country every 200 kilometers. So every time you finally get the product right, you yet hit a wall. And every time you scale in India, it's like entering a new country with new rules, new trust, new taste, and sometimes a whole new product. And discounts, they don't scale, they just delay the growth. Because once the money dries up, so do the customers. So if you want to scale, not vanity scale, but sticky, profitable scale, you don't build for all of India. You build for a region. And in a country this diverse, scale doesn't come from reach. It comes from repeat. And repeat, it comes from love, not national length, but regional intimacy. And in India, brands don't spread like carrots. They spread like gossip, quietly, personally, word by word. Want proof? This isn't just a theory. Just ask Pulse Candy. One raw mango SKU with 300 crores in sale, but entirely in the north. As soon as it's tried scaling across India, it stalled. So they didn't force it. They launched a new flavor for a new region. Because in India, you don't scale by pushing one taste everywhere. You scale by respecting what each region already loves. So we all are building clicks, cart, and conversion. But 90% of India still buys cash, trust, and the same shop they've been visiting for years. Because in India, men may be the bread earner, but it's women who decide how the money is spent. Nearly 75% of all consumption decisions are taken by them. And for them, buying isn't about convenience or speed. It's a ritual, a weekly outing, a conversation with the Kirana guy they've trusted for years. Your time means little, trust means everything. But maybe you've been chasing the wrong influences all along. Because the person who actually influences what you buy isn't the one you see on the screen. It's the Kirana guy you trust. He doesn't just stock products, he shapes preferences, recommends, wants. And here's the twist, if he doesn't like your product, it won't move, no matter how many ads you run. Because in India, CAC isn't driven by ad budgets, it's driven by conversation. And in the Kirana economy, relationships scale faster than campaigns. So next time you buy something, pause. Ask yourself two questions. Did I choose this or did someone choose it for me? And did I buy it online or offline? Because the answer will reveal something uncomfortable. No matter how digital your life feels, a huge part of your consumption is still deeply offline. Not because tech failed, but because trust still wins. So if you're a founder, especially in the consumer space, the barrier of entry could never be lower. But don't mistake that for scale, because scale comes with depth, not budget. And depth is built with trust, one conversation at a time. Startups chase with scale and speed. HUL one with slowness. While VC money is printed, FMCG giants just walk and get one. Not by hacking growth, but by earning trust and making thousands of crores in profit. So here's the uncomfortable truth. If you want to scale and profit, don't build for all of India. Don't chase growth. Don't create hype, hoping it will turn to trust. Because in India, scale doesn't come from going wide. It comes from going deep. So do what no one is telling you to do. Do what actually works. Build for the region. Build brick by brick. Build through relationships and love. Because that's what India values. And that's why India will reward you. Repeat it. So if you want real wealth, not just paper valuations, ask these questions. How many people can truly love your product? How many people have you already reached? And how many are coming back for more? That's real scale. And maybe that's what we should have been asking all along. Because if you answer these questions honestly, you will build repeat. Not through ads, but through affection. And you will build scale and profits. Because you're building what people love, not just like. Maybe scale and profit were never about being everywhere. Maybe they were about being irreplaceable somewhere. In a country of billion buyers, it's not the loudest brand that wins. It's the one people whisper about, the one they remember, the one they return. Because in India, growth can't be hacked. It has to be built. One conversation at a time. That's how you build something real. This is no noise, where we break business problems and build for what really matters.